We turn now to continuing coverage of a fallen Rockford police officer who will be laid to rest this weekend. Today, the community will have its chance to say goodbye to a husband, a family member, a friend, and a brother in blue. Right now, we're waiting for the body of Officer Jamie Cox to be transported from the funeral home to First Free Rockford. We have a few cameras set up along the route, and we will bring you that coverage when we see the procession start. And as we mentioned, that procession will end at the location of today's public visitation at First Free Rockford. That's where we find 13 News anchor Sean Mazzarello, who joins us now with more on today's visitation for Officer Cox. Sean, good afternoon.
Afternoon, Taylor. Right now, we are waiting for Officer Cox's escort to arrive here. I'm told it's relatively small. It won't be like the procession we saw earlier this week or even the one we'll see tomorrow, but he is not going anywhere alone as he goes from one location to the next in this city. He's coming from Fitzgerald Funeral Home on South Mulford Road, and then he's coming up here. If you take a look at our other camera we have positioned out here on the church property at First Free, we're told that his escort will be coming in off the Spring Creek Road entrance and then coming up to the main entrance, and he will be escorted by the honor guard made up of Rockford police officers, Winnebago County Sheriff's deputies. The sign of respect. We're told that all the other flags except the American one will be tipped down for him, the highest level of respect for Officer Jamie Cox. It was less than a week ago where he died on a routine traffic stop that ended up being anything but routine. Today, the memorials start. This is a public visitation that begins at 3 o'clock here at First Free Church. If you're planning on coming, this is an 1,800-seat auditorium in the church. There's a parking lot with ample parking, but at the time you might be coming, especially after work, 5 o'clock, that's when Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner will be here. He ordered flags to fly in the state at half-staff at all state agency buildings, and he's personally coming up here to pay his respects to Officer Cox. We're told he will not make any media remarks to the media, but he will come here, pay his respects, and then leave. And that's going to be at 5 o'clock. So you might see a heavy police presence. You might see a heavy escort for the governor as he comes here. And then it's 6 o'clock, the law enforcement presence. That's the walkthrough for them. They will come here, Rockford police officers, Winnebago County Sheriff's deputies, Rockford Park District Police. This is when law enforcement will pay their respects to their fallen police officer, Jamie Cox. I can tell you right now, emotions are very high out here. Very evident when I walked up here. Faces stoic, answering questions, talking to us. But again, this is a very emotional moment for this police department, and other agencies recognize that. There's no coverage for city 911 calls or anything going lax right now. There are so many other law enforcement agencies that are helping them out, including Ogle County, just one of them that I heard from today, that is sending up deputies not only just for roadblocks, but for come to the visitation, come to the funeral as well. So a huge outpouring of support we've seen from the law enforcement community and also the regular community, the people, you at home, who have wanted to somehow reach out to the police department in this time of mourning and grieving for them. There have been blue lights all over town. See them when I go home from work, porch lights, on bushes, blue lights everywhere. They say thank you for the support right now. A lot of police officers, if they could personally thank you, they said they would. But right now, this is for this visitation is for everyone to pay their respects, to let the family know how much Officer Cox meant to them and how much police mean to them as well. So, Taylor, we will let you know. I'm told that the escort left the funeral home, so at any moment now we could break back in and start the coverage of this procession. But for now, I'm going to send it back to you in the studios.
Thanks, Sean. Again, we will be